With the new buttons in Flutter, you have more control over how your buttons are displayed. And basically, we can change the style of our buttons depending on 4 states. So for example, if you hovered over your button, then we show this button. If you press on this button, then it will have your splash color. And if you focus this button, it looks like this. And then you also can define the normal state of your button. If you are new here, subscribe to my channel and make sure to watch this video till the end. This video is sponsored by Invoice Ninja. Invoice Ninja is one of the largest open source platforms for invoicing. If you search for something to manage your invoices with Flutter and handle also your online payments, this service might be something for you. And to get started with this Invoice Ninja plugin, you find the link in the description box of this video. In the last tutorial, we learned about how to style our buttons differently, and therefore we went over all of these kind of examples where we changed the shape, the border, shadow, size, and so on. For displaying all of these buttons, we used last time every time within our buttons the style property, and here inside we use then our button and then this style from. And with this style from, you don't have much control over how your button should look like. And therefore we want to look at another variant where we can control each individual state of our button. And at the end we will also look at all the different cursors which we can use for our Flutter web application. Let's get started with our first example. So we want to change the color if we hover over our button. Therefore we go to our build method, and here I have created a text button, an elevated button and an outline button, which you also see on the right side. And now we want to change here the style of all of these buttons, and therefore you simply put here a style property inside, and we want to define right now the style. Therefore we go here up and create a new field style, and we make it here a button style. And this button style is one of the main advantages of the buttons 2.0, because the style you can put inside of any button. So you can put it inside of the text button or the elevated button or the outline button, and you only need to define your button style here at one location. At the end of the tutorial, we also will look at how we can make use of themes and also local themes to actually make it here more comfortable with our button styles. However, let's now go on, and here we want to change the foreground color of all of our buttons. And what the button style means here by foreground color is basically here the text color. So each button has then the same text color which we define here. And then you call here material state property resolve with, and we want to get here color. Therefore I put here this color inside. And here inside we put then a new method which then defines how our button should look like depending on all of these states which we have. After it, we simply create this new method get foreground color, and here we get then a set of material state, and this material state is basically then the state if it is hovered, focused, pressed or dragged. You also have your other states, but the main states are basically here this focused, hovered and pressed states. And now we go on and create here some interactive states. So we want only to care about the press state, the hovered state and the focus state. And now we look if we have here inside of these states the interactive states, and therefore you call here if and states any, and then you put here the interactive states inside. And this doesn't work like this, so you also need to put here this contains inside, so it returns here Boolean. And the statement basically means that if we have press on our button, or if we are hovering over our button, or if our button is focused, then we want to do something. And what we want to do is we want to return then the foreground color blue. And otherwise, if we don't have here any of these states, then we want to have the foreground color in white. And that's all what we need to do here, so I can hot reload. And first of all, you see that the text color of our buttons is now here white, because we have defined it here. And if you like, you can always change here the color of your text. And now we can also check here the different states. So if I press on this button, or if I hover over this button, or also if the button is focused, every time we return here this blue color. And the same works also for the other buttons. Also for this button, we have here the blue color, and also for this one. Right now, all of our states return here the same color. However, you can also change it, so simply put some other condition in front. And here we check if our state contains a focused state. And if that's the case, we return here another green color. Now let's test this focus state out. So in a web application, you can simply press tab, and then you simply tap until you reach your button, and you see our button has now a foreground color of green because it is right now in a focus state. And I also can press again tab, and then I change it to a different button, which has then also the green color as a focus state. And now everything works here fine. If it has a focus, then it is green, and if it's not focused, then it has here the blue color. However, you always need to make sure that you put these things here inside of the right order, because right now it is focused, this button, and if I press on it, it will stay with the green color. This can be intended. However, if you don't like this and you want to show this blue color instead, then you need to change here the order. So right now I changed here the order and put the focus state at the second location, and I also removed here the focus state from our interactive states. And now you see that our button has here a foreground color of green for our focus state, and if I hover over this button, it turns to blue because this one here has a higher priority than the other condition below. All in all, you have with this buttons 2.0 a lot of control over how your buttons are displayed, and this is what you always can do with this material state property resolve with, and then you can basically define here within your method all the different states and all the different colors. However, if you don't care about all of these states, then you don't use here this method. Instead, you use another method which we have looked up in the last tutorial. So instead you simply define here the style, and then you can directly put here your color inside, so you don't need to define each individual color. And if you want to learn more about it, you find the link of this last video in the video description box. Let's also look at another example, so we also can change the background color of our buttons depending on these different states which we have. Therefore, I go again to the build method, and here I create then the background color. And like before, I set here again this resolve method for our background color and put here also the color inside. And then we create here a new method, get background color. And within this get background colors method, we have here again the states. And then we check here for each individual state, for example, the focus state. Then we want to return here the green color. And for the press state, we return here black color. And for the hovered state, we return here a white color. And lastly, you return here null, and this means that for all the other states which this material state has, the default color of this button is simply returned. And now we can also try this out. So if I hover here, you see we have a white color, and this is because we have defined it here. Our background color is white, and we also can put here, for example, this focus state inside. So again, I put here this tab inside, and you see, okay, this time we have here this green color for our background, and also our focus state is here green, therefore it doesn't make sense. However, you can also put here another color inside for your background color so that it matches. And lastly, we can also click on our button, and you see it turns red because we have defined here our background color as red. So I have changed it to a red color instead of black. And lastly, I also want to show you another example which is not a color. So we want to change here the border of our button, and therefore we take here this outline border, which has then the same color as our text color of our outline button. And therefore we go to our outline button, and here we have our style inside, which defines then the foreground color and the background color of our button. And you can then call here copy with to change the style. And what we want to change here is only the side, which we want to create right now. And then we go here again up and create a new field side. And this time we put here within our resolve border side inside. And this is because here our side takes a border side, and therefore we need to supply it with this object. And now we do the same thing like before. We create here a new method, and this time our method returns here border side because we need to have here this border sign object returned. And before we always returned here color. Now we want to get the foreground color, our text color of our button. So if I'm hovered over this button, it has a blue color, and otherwise it has a white color. And this is simply what we get by calling here getForegroundColor. So we simply call exactly this method which we have created before, and then we need to put here the states inside, which we also have, and we simply put them here inside. And now we get here the color depending on the state, and we simply return here a border side with some width, and then you also put here the foreground color inside. And this makes sure that our border of our button always has the same color as our text color, because we take here the same foreground color. And you see initially it has a color of white, and if I go here over this, then this border will also be in the blue color like our foreground color of this text here. Next, we want to look at how we can add here an overlay color to our button. So if we press on it, then we have a splash color. For our new example, we have here our text button, our elevated button, and our outline button. And here we want to define the foreground color and the background color and also the side color. And how you also can do this is by simply calling here background color, and then you call material state property all. And then inside of it, you can only supply one color, and this is then the color for each individual state. And you can also do the same thing for the other ones. So you can also set here a foreground color, and here you set basically again the foreground color inside, and for every state we have then returned a white color. And you also can do it for the side color, which is our border side. And here you can then also set a border side object inside with some color, and this looks then for all states the same. And this all method here is really convenient because you don't need to define here a new method inside. You simply can return simply the color or the other object directly here inside. Now we want to go on and also integrate the overlay color to our button. And this is pretty simple. So we simply put here within our buttons each time an overlay color inside. And this is what we want to create right now. Therefore, we create here a new field overlay color, and here we take again the resolve with method instead of the all method, and then you need to define here your method, and this is a method which we want to create, and here we return again a color because this is here an overlay color. And like before, it's the same thing. We basically check here all the different states. For the hovered state, we return here a color of green, for the press state a color of red, and we also return here null for the default state. And now let's try our example out. So if I press here on this button, you see we have here this overlay color, which is in a color of red. Next, we want to look at how we can use global themes and also local themes to change the style of all of our buttons in one location. Therefore, I have created here 3 buttons, and all of these buttons don't have a style. And we want to change the style only at the top of our application. Therefore, we go to our main file, and here at the top you need to go to your material app. And within your material app you have here the theme data which you can define, and within the theme data you can define the TextButton theme, which is then the theme for this text button. And we also can define the ElevatedButton theme, which is for this elevated button, and also the OutlinedButton theme, which is only for this outlined button. And we change here, for example, right now the TextButton theme, and therefore you simply call here the style attribute. And here inside we put then the TextButton style from inside what we have learned in the last tutorial. However, you can also put here this other thing inside. So instead you can put here this button style inside and define a complex style for your button. However, if you want to have an easy style, then you go with this text button style from. And here inside you can then simply define your primary color, which is then the foreground color, our text color. And now if I hot reload, you see that the text button color is here in the color of red, and it will also change at all the other locations in our app. Similar to this text button style, you can also change the elevated button style. So you also call it the style property, and then you put here, for example, the foreground and background color inside. And you also can do the same thing for this outline button. And this is exactly what we did in the last video. So check it out if you don't get what we are doing here. And now our elevated button has here a background color of white and a foreground color of pink. And also our outline button here has a color of pink, and the border side is also in a color of pink. And again, the themes which we are defining here are for the whole application. So each text button, each elevated button, and each outline button will get then the same style. However, if your text button or elevated button within your app overrides the style attribute, then it takes his style which he has defined in his local place. We can also define local styles, and therefore I have here again a text button, an elevated button, and an outline button without any style properties inside of them. And then you can define your local theme, so you simply wrap one part of your widget tree inside of the theme object, and here basically you can get the theme of our app and you can override it, and then you can put here your individual text button, elevated button, and outline button theme inside, and therefore you simply create here at the top some fields, for example this text button theme, and then you put here the style inside, how your text button should look like, and you do the same thing for the elevated button theme. So here you create an elevated button theme data and also create some style for this button, and you do the same thing for the outline button theme. And like you can see, everything works here fine. So I put here every time a blue color inside, and also our design here, our buttons have a blue color. And the themes which we have defined here are only for the child property, so only within this space all the buttons will be changing to this style which we have defined here. However, the other parts of our app still have here the other styles which they have defined, and here we basically have defined the global styles, and for this page only the local styles are valid. If you only want to override one specific theme, you don't need to take here the theme widget. You instead can also take here this individual widget, for example this outlined button theme, and then you only put here this outlined button theme inside, which we have defined here. And now you see that only this outlined button here has this blue color and the other ones not, because we only defined here this outlined button theme. And the same works also with other themes, so you also have here this elevated button theme where you can only put your elevated button theme inside, and this looks then like this, so this button has then the blue color. And lastly, you can also put here the text button theme inside, and then only our text button has here this blue color because we only defined here the text button theme. And now at the end, we also want to look at all the different cursors which you can use in your web application. So if you hover over your button, then you simply can change your cursor. And to add for a button a cursor, we simply create here, for example, an elevated button, and we supply here the style property. And here inside you have this property enabled mouse cursor, where you can then set a system mouse cursors. And if you go here and look at all the cursors which you have, you see you have a lot of them. And we use here, for example, one cursor which is called click. And now if I hover over this button, you see it turns here to a click button. However, you can also change it. So let's take, for example, the copy one. And now if I hover over this button, you see we have here this copy cursor. And now I have added here the list of all of our cursors, and you can check out this whole source code with the first link in the description, and with the second link you can get access to my Flutter courses where I teach you how you can become a better and more advanced developer. And as a hint, Invoice Ninja has built an app with Flutter for managing invoices, and this Flutter app is open source and you can check it out, this app and also the source code on GitHub. Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel here to get the latest news about Flutter, and see you soon. Bye!